Dirty Gary Gensler's back at it, taking blows from the Senate in the Kabuki Theater, but the joke's on them because he doesn't answer to those fools. Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea, hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto market where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has jumped up to 59 from yesterday's 54. Bitcoin dominance is 56.3%. 24-hour volume is 73 billion. The overall market cap, 2.24 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, it looks like we've got ourselves another wall. The Siggity 4K wall just can't seem to push her into support. Yesterday, after drooling over the 20 moving average for most of the day, price action exploded up, picking out at Siggity 4.7, only to get swatted back down to a time of production 63.8, leaving us with some bearish premonitions. First off is this double top or M pattern, which has a price probability of Siggity 2.7, which is, oh boy, the 23.6% fib, and good grief, it's the 50 moving average. For a combined total of 3 bearish confluences, plus the overarching bearish divergence on the MACD and RSI, as price action is making higher highs while both indicators are carving out lower highs. Now, what I'd like to see is to close some gosh darn candles above Siggity 4.4. So we can officially convert her to support. Now overrun the ding dong. You can see we officially closed the candle above the 200 moving average. Have we dipped back down under her? Yeah, but a candle close has been made, and it fits this cute little cup and handle narrative that has a price probability playout of way up at 75K-ish. So there's is that a data alert? Yes, it is. Looks like the 20 moving average is crossing bullish over the 50 now. This is interesting because we've only done this 3 times in the past 10 months, and the last time we did around the end of July, we saw little to no upside before getting pummeled down and crossing back. The time before that, way back at the end of May, we also saw little to no gains before getting pummeled back down and crossing back. But the time before that was the doozy Grand Poobah, which ignited this epic run, which saw us rack up a 50% gain and was the first leg up of this bull run. So if we indulge my bullish delusion for just a quick second here, I'll ask, where would a 50% epic gain from here take us? Well, that would be way up 96K-ish. But I have a caveat to that pump that I'll explain on the live stream coming up right away, 'cause there's just too much to say. And would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on Planet Earth. The day none of us are guaranteed, yet we're lucky enough to have anyway. So get out there and knock 'em dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. And that's right, it's the long game. Suss him out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and by all means, sing it with me now. On the banks of boom dash bang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, This is Rosario Mingo. He decided to crash the studio during the video. He's a big purr. He's a very docile cat. He reminds me of Matthew McConaughey because he's never really, he doesn't really care what's going on. If he wants to go outside, you know, he'll kind of look at me and say, you know, if you're going to open that door, it'd be real swell of you, and I'll probably go out if you do. But if you don't, you know, I'll just stick here. I'll stay inside all day. I don't really care. He's a good little cat. He's big. I don't know if you can tell how big he is, but he's a big old boy. And he has 0 meow. His meow's like this. The biggest cat with the smallest meow. Usually do this as a full, it's called a full Nelson scratchola. Just put him in a full Nelson, scratch the ears, then you rinse it by the whiskers. Rinse. Okay, that's enough. All right, well, thanks for coming in the studio today there, Mingo. Now, if we were living in a simulation, which sometimes it's hard not to think we are, the concept of manifestation would take on a whole... Oh, there's Duke. There's Duke. Speaking of manifestation, we manifested down in Peru on ayahuasca. The concept of manifestation would take on a different and more easily attainable intellectually concept, because outside of a simulation, let's say in this massive spinning universe that is just a small little speck in other huge universes that are just a small little speck in other huge universes, infinity and beyond, till your mind can no longer take it. The concept of manifestation is some sort of tied to, you know, a little bit of a universal energy and evolution and the constant extrapolation of what the universe needs to be and the energy and whatnot. But if you bring it back down to a simulation, it kind of becomes a lot more easier to understand, because as the simulation, your manifestation needs to be answered by the algorithm that the simulation is providing for you. Whatever you are looking for, you will find in your simulation, but there's a lot of unintended consequences. You know, the law of unintended consequences is high with the simulation. For instance, let's say you want to have a lot of fun and you want to party, right? Well, the simulation algorithm will be like, okay, he needs, you know, they want to party. Let's send him to a party. And, you know, there's a myriad of options, choose your own adventures that comes with that party. You know, on the good side, you can have a lot of fun and you enjoy yourself, and maybe you meet someone special, and it's a really great time, and everything goes well. On the bad side, there's a lot of, they can't provide you, the simulation can't provide you with the party without all the options. Some of the options are maybe you get sick because you drink some booze or food or whatever, or you're hungover, or maybe you get into a fight because you drank too much. Maybe you find, and good luck, bad luck, who knows? Maybe you do find an interesting relationship and you end up, wasting 3 years of your life or something with it and losing a bunch of money. I got hair in my mouth now. Of the good luck, bad luck, who knows? That's why, when you really look back at some of your, hey, you hear that? That was the biggest meow I've ever heard Mingo do. It was actually, it had the eow on it. Usually it's just the me. But he had the meow. Crazy. Well, I tell you, I guess I shut the door on him. So yeah, anyway, I don't know why I even brought that up. Let's take a look at what we're going to explain here. Duck. Have you smashed the likes? We're on the ding dong here. No, this is the 4-hour chart. What are we talking about? We're on the daily chart here, and we're taking a look at this 20 moving average crossing the 50 right there. Everything's backwards on this. It's like a weatherman not knowing where then the clouds are coming here. 20 moving average, which is this red, going over the perps, which is the 50 moving average. We've done it 3 times. And here's the first time. Basically, we saw little to no, we talked about this in the video. Second time before that in May, we saw little to no upside. Maybe, I don't know, I'm going to call that 3%, 4%. Who cares, right? Now, the big grand poobah here was back in February. When we finally crossed this, we had a 50% gain. Now, this is where there was so much to say I couldn't really do it in the video, or else it would have gone long and, wouldn't have got it out by 8. When we crossed here, where was the 20 moving average? Well, it was above its higher highs. Okay. So we cross and we get above our higher highs and we explode. If we even go farther back, we can see how higher highs that actually is. So last time was look at that. He's by the light. This was basically the beginning of the bear market plummetation down to prices we don't ever want to talk about again. So, and here's, I no longer want to be in the studio. And so that being said, when we hit this big, massive explosion of 50% gains, the 20 moving average crossed over its last high, as well as the 50. Okay. Crosses the 50 and it's over the last highest high. That to me is the breakout signal. So what does that mean over here? Well, it's not that great because as you can see, let's put our doodles back on here. Oh, too noisy. Can I do doodles upon doodles? No, I can't. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is a dirty. And then as you can see, technical analysis is quite simple. Let's get rid of that. Can we get some of these things out of here? Yeah, let's get rid of some of these things here. These arrows. Noisy little, they're not deleting. Why aren't they deleting? Pianomattyb, you didn't. Oh, that's why. You didn't prepare well enough for these TA charts. Let's get rid of these, get rid of these, get rid of these. We'll keep this cup and handle because it still has to play out. Let's do some doodles, aka astrology for men. Let's do some doodles, aka astrology for men. Oh, see that D minor changes everything. Anyway, he's lying right by the door. I hope you guys can hear. It's quite cute because it's such a big cat with such a small little thing. So if we say right here is our 20 moving average last high, and then we go down, and now we're even lower, right? So we have lower 20 moving average highs, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does, because the point is the breakout, like the one in February, the 20 moving average, we'll draw this little here. If the 20 moving average has to come up over here to get above what we're going to call the 20 moving average cross breakout. All right. Are you just making this up? I guess kind of, but this is based on the fractal. And until this 20 moving average makes a higher high, I don't think the 20 moving average going over the 50 cross is the breakout we're looking for right now. Now, let's see. Let's get rid of this one again. Can I? No, let's get rid of it. Just there. So now, those are big meows. They might sound like small meows, but those are the biggest meows I've ever heard. Okay, hold on. Let's get them out of here. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, we got them out. Where are we again? Oh, right. So this is what I'm hoping for, and it's not that fun, but when we take this 20 moving average, we'll probably, hopefully, come up above our last high, which isn't our highest high. It's just our last high, right? And then, of course, we'll have some pullbacks, and then we'll carry on. And right about here is where we will see that breakout, because I'm going to do this 50 moving average now. This is getting even more crazy. And then, so it's crossing the 50, and maybe it crosses down past the 50 again. And right here, we have that 20 moving average crossing the 50. I wish I could, wonder if I can make that poipes. Too much. We'll do it later. Right here, which would also be above all of the 20 moving average higher highs. And that is when we see that 50% gain to 96K. Now, this is where the timing gets a little bizarre, because we're in October, November. So we really have this is the next biggest months of the bull run, so to speak, of 2024. Let's leave 2020. You leave 2025 out of this, Dave Digital. So 2024, October, November, arguably the biggest months, which we could definitely see a 50% pump. So where does this take us, these doodles? Let's make some doodles, a.k.a. Astrology for Men, is November 24th. No, November 6th. So between now and November 6th, we have what some legacy analysts would call a little pump. Come on. Jesus, why is this so finicky? A little pump from here. That would be a 10% pump to 70K. Doesn't seem like that too far, does it? Sneaky Pete vaporizers from BC, Canada. Can you say out the super chat chord progression? I sure can. I hope you're meaning that chord progression, because it's C, E minor 7th, A minor 7th, then it transitions through G, then it goes into this F chord, which is I call it the F jazz chord, which is really E flat, G, A, and D. So it's F dominant 7th, add the 2nd and the 6th or something like that. Jazz chord, then G diminished,
Gives it that wanting resolution. Can't go to bed with that chord, right? That's not what I meant, Sneaky Pete. I mean, you can't fall asleep with that chord because it's begging to go somewhere and you want to resolve to C. But you put in a deceptive chord, C sharp major 7th, which does hold the C. That's why it's the deceptive chord. And it needs to also resolve. Because you can't fall asleep to that chord either. You have to resolve. And resolution is yours. That's all music really is the suggestion of a concept that doesn't make sense, right? Intervals, math that aren't leading up. And if the math doesn't resolve, then you don't like the song. And it's as simple as that. You know, for some songs you may just like for no reason. You know what? I kind of like that song. It's because it resolves in a predictable way, right? So your mind, which is just doing the math, whether you know the math or not, it doesn't matter. Your mind does. That's why when you learn music, you understand what you've been listening to, but you can put it into different perspectives. So the numbers are going through, and the reason why you like it is because it resolves. And you're like, yeah, I do like that song, actually, because it just went like this. Oh, that feels good. It resolves. Where were we? Sneaky Pete, you threw me for a loop there. You know, once I start talking about the weird parts of music, I know it's hard to... So yeah, 10% pump from here would take us to this cross at the beginning of November, which would make sense. 10%. Actually, if we get only a 10% pump from October, people will kind of be like, wah-wah-tober, if you know what I mean. Be like, 10%? I thought this was October, not 10% Tober. I want 50% Tober, or my money back. Terry Crow makes me want to sing theme song from Cheers. Yes. That if anything resolves nicely, it's that. You have resolved and you're like, oh, I like that. Yeah, I do like that song. That lick you played there, I like it. Only because the math resolves. That's it. Lasers. I never knew math could feel so good. Most of us don't even know that it's going on in the back of our minds. Always. When I'm driving with Duke, we'll always listen to music and I'll, check out the rearview mirror and I can see his head doing the math. Sneaky Pete woke up with Smart Cookie in your head today. Yeah, I'm going to start playing that at the old piano bar a little more because it is, with drums, it's a pretty rockin' tune, even though it's a kid's song. But it has a lot of deep meaning, Sneaky Pete. It has a lot of upward momentum spiritually, so to speak. I'm a smart cookie. Yes, I am. I know my ABCs. I can count on my hand. Let's see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But don't forget to be kind. It's just as important as being smart. It's like being smart in the heart, Pete. And that's one to grow on. It's like being smart in the heart, Sneaky Pete. So as you can see, the numbers are working out for this pump to 50%, 96K. 96K. There's part of me that's saying a lot of people wouldn't even be happy with 96K. 96K. I thought this was a $300,000 bull run. What is this 96K we're talking? 2024. Now listen, if we can get to 96K in 2024, I'll be pretty happy because we still got 2025. I see a cup and handle pattern. I see a head and shoulders in the sky. I'm looking at the MACD, moving average, convergence, divergence, the MACD. Whatever that means, let's do some doodles, aka astrology. for men. And women, of course, and not for people. Astrology for peeps. That is Astrology for Men. Working on that for the crypto album. Let's do some doodles, aka. Yes. Alexandra G needs her own chord, pianomattyb. Alexandra G, what is my psychological profile? As soon as I said that, I realized that it's E flat major 7th. That's Alexandra top G's. Hey, buddy, chord. Because to me, major 7ths, Duke, are female chords. They have a female energy. Right? So there you go. Alexandra top G. You might not have known this, but your chord, your spiritual chord animal is E flat major 7th. There you go. Duke, how you doing, buddy? Oh, things aren't changing here. I press buttons and they're not getting pressed. What's going on here? Hold on. Oh, there it is. It just took a little while. Canadians, you lucky ducks. Bull Bitcoin gets you $20. Americans, you lucky ducks, get you 15. 15 free dollars. This is what the thing. Hold on a second, buddy. Is the piano on? There it is. In 8 years, we'll look back at these videos and go, I can't believe that you got $15 free and $20 free at Bull Bitcoin. They were giving away free Bitcoin there. You can't even buy it anymore. Anyway, Duke, let's do FOMO win at the top for the good peeps. FOMO win at the top.
FOMO win at the top. Couldn't stop myself. FOMO win at the top. Now I'm down a lot.
Bitty boo-boos.
To the headcore, the resistance became support. As to the hardcore, the resistance became support. Everybody's jumping off a bridge. All my friends are doing drugs. Everybody's drinking beers. Who the heck am I the judge? I suppose I shouldn't care. Influences everywhere, telling me I'm missing out. Them in the rifle box, I couldn't take it. FOMO win at the top. Couldn't stop myself. FOMO win at the top. Now I'm down a lot. To the hardcore, the resistance became support. As to the hardcore, the resistance became support.
That's your deceptive chord?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, Duke, bullish or bearish on today's price action?
Let me see. Bearish.
Bearish. Ooh, interesting.
63.
Yeah. So, just a pullback. We said that. Can your talented tootsies take that reverb off without bringing that home system? We said earlier that we could see 62.7 right here, buddy. The reason the reason why it's 62.7 is that this M pattern plays out to 62.7. It's also the 50 moving average, and it's the 23.6% fib, which we know the audience
Make
love.
sure you like and subscribe and share this